But because you can say, I want to level up, but it's like, what are you leveling up to? So unless you're really clear about where you want to go, you're never going to get there.
Welcome, level uppers, to another episode of the Level Up Blueprint, where we interview entrepreneurs in the real estate, fintech, and financing worlds. And I'm going to get closer in here with our amazing guest,
I can just hear your voice.
Maria Kritikos. And Maria is, first of all, an author.
Yes.
A recent thing.
Yay.
Amazing, has her book. Secondly, well, just as equally, you are the founder of LWL, the Ladies Who Lunch Network. And you somehow have time to also be one of Vancouver's most awesome realtors.
Thank
Vancouver,
you.
BC. How wide's your area?
Vancouver, yeah.
Vancouver,
I sold
so
property, well, I mean, all throughout the Lower Mainland, Fraser Valley, but really Vancouver West is kind of my area of specialization.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. And my first question is always thinking about how you got to balance everything out, but I'm sure it's going to come out throughout the interview. Look, first thing is, why don't you define for us what level up means for you and how you level up both your business and, of course, your wonderful community of customers and partners?
Well, I like that word, level up. I mean, we hear it a lot, and people are always saying, I want to level up, but the question is, like, what does that actually mean? So the first thing that we have to do, I think, is really define what leveling up means. We're going to be eating throughout this thing as well.
It's all part of the fun.
While Paul is eating, I'm going to be talking.
That's part of the job.
So first of all, is like to get really clear on what it means to level up, right? So leveling up in sort of like what area of your life? So is it like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? So really define what that looks like, right?
Sure.
But because you can say, I want to level up, but it's like, what are you leveling up to? So unless you're really clear about where you want to go, you're never going to get there. So
100%.
that would be the first step, right?
I love it.
Yep. Yes. we interrupt each other a lot.
Of course, this is going to be an issue. But no, the floor is yours. It's on me to be as selective as possible. Just to probe more into that.
Yes.
So I like that. So just to paraphrase what you said, you got to pick an angle of your life that you want to. We're on the live here, right?
We're on two. That's why. Okay, let's focus here. Sorry.
I love it.
Hi everyone. Can we welcome everyone?
We can. Yeah, we are on
Hello,
Instagram
Duchess.
Live right now.
Hello, Prince. Hi everyone. Let us know where you're from, where you're tuning in from. We are in Vancouver, BC. We are downtown. We are at the
Hawksworth Restaurant.
Hawksworth
Aren't
Restaurant.
we fancy?
Yeah, my old stomping grounds at the Hotel Georgia. And here we are, lunch with Maria and interview with Paul D.
Paul D, because his last name
is
way too long to even bother pronouncing.
I'm not supposed to be having any carbs, so
we're totally breaking that. We're leveling up.
No, this is a big apology to my accountability partner.
No, this is your cheat day. This is your cheat day.
Armando, if you are watching, I'm so sorry.
He'll be good with it. I'll take him out for lunch.
It's one fry, I promise.
I'm probing into leveling up with you. So you talked about pick what part of leveling up, personal, professional, etc. Now,
Number one.
Most viewers, I think, need to, of course, be mentally leveled up and they got to be at their best. But you do a lot in business here, and I think people are always thinking, I mean, for better or for worse, I want to level my business first. What is the parts of one of your business, maybe all of them, that you have leveled up because of a certain habit that you exhibit or a way that you personally challenge yourself? Let's hear how you actually have a process around elevating your business.
So let's take a really concrete example, like in real estate, okay?
Perfect.
So in real estate, I work with my sister, Joanna. We're the Real Estate Sisters team with Faith Wilson Group. And we said to ourselves this year, all right, we want to level up. We want to take it to the next level. So what is that going to take? Number one, it's going to take a very clear picture as food comes out of my mouth. Why are we doing this interview while we're eating?
Because it makes it more raw and it shows off Hawksworth's awesome fries.
Okay. So number one is again to get very clear on where it is you want to go, right? So it's not enough to say, you know, we want to get busier, we want to do more business, we want to make more money.
Right.
That's way too vague.
Let's get more specific.
Let's get super specific. Okay, like how many deals do we want to do a month? What's the revenue? What's the
Right.
Sorry.
So she's just very popular with her alerts.
What's the revenue? You know,
So business
what is
planning
that?
101, or
Yeah,
is
really
it a bit more
like you have to be
specific?
really, really clear, Paul. This is
Cool.
the thing, because people say, I want to do better, but it's like they don't define what does that better look like for you.
Right.
Like for some people it could be like one extra deal a month, 2, for some people 4, 5, 10, whatever that looks like. So
Right.
then what you have to do is work backwards,
Right.
right? So and we talk about habits. So
Right.
you're never going to change anything that you're never going to change anything in your life until you do something differently. This is the key, right? So in order to get a different result, we need to take a different action. So Joanna and I sat down and said, okay, what are we doing that's working well? What do we need to do more of that's going to get us there?
Right.
And so basically we look at numbers and we say, okay, we need to talk to 50 people live a week.
Wow.
But you think that's a lot?
It sounds like a lot, but when you break it down, does
We
it make
actually-
business sense?
We actually thought the same thing too. But
Right.
here's an expression I'm going to share with you. What was once considered, I can't remember now, something about a warm-up.
We'll link it to the show notes. It's all good.
Okay, never mind. When it comes to me, I'll share it, right?
I'm going to remind you later.
But in the beginning we thought, oh my God, we could never do that. That's insane. How do people talk to 50 people live a week? That's about, 5 to 10 people live every day. But that's actually what kind of activity that you have to be engaged in order to get the results that you want, right?
Right.
So out of those 50 people, then we say we need to book this many appointments.
Right.
From those appointments, we need to convert this many people. From
Right.
those people, we need to sign this many contracts, which will give us the number, right? So then once you're really clear on that, the next thing we do is we write it down. So we have
course.
whiteboards all over our home office, and
So analog isn't dead. It's all digital, but also out, literally.
you're a
right
millennial, so everything for you is digital.
Millennials are 40 now, by the way. But yeah, I'm saying the millennial thing is stretching. I'm not that young, but yes, I'm a proud
Yeah.
millennial. I'm a proud
But
millennial.
anyways, but I think, yes, I have nothing against digital apps and
course.
all that and reminders. That's wonderful. But I'm super old school, and I believe in notebooks, and
Physical's
I love
important.
whiteboards, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, we are moving towards what we constantly see, right? So if I'm looking at that every day, it's going to be in my vibrational bubble. That's all
Totally.
I'm going to be thinking
There's
about.
less clutter.
Yeah,
There's less clutter when it's in physical.
Absolutely. So that's really it. And then it's just cultivating that discipline to level up, right? Because to level up in anything, it's practice, it's repetition, it's habit, and then that creates the momentum necessary to get to the next level. I think the problem is people give up way too soon.
Right.
That's the thing. Hi Josh, how are you? Where are you from? We're doing great. I'm saying hello
More
to
on
all
the
the people
Facebook
live.
Live. I'm the millennial. Look at you. You're way more plugged in than I am.
Hey.
I love it. Great answer. So, related to that, you have to have a certain mindset to do all that.
Yes.
Obviously,
absolutely.
right? And I think when you're building a business, at the end of the day, aren't you changing or at least molding your customers' mindsets to elevate themselves at a certain level? So whether that's you coaching someone in real estate, educating them, or in Ladies Who Lunch, it's all about empowering these entrepreneurs to be at their best.
Yeah.
What is the mindset?
So, for
shift
example,
you
when
give people?
we talk about real estate and
Right.
empowering people to, to make decisions in real estate, move forward, get their own place, the most common thing I hear is, oh my God, Vancouver is so expensive. I could never afford to live here. And I say, wait a minute, hang on, don't say that. Yeah, sure, there's expensive pockets of Vancouver, but have you ever sat down? Have you ever sat down with a mortgage broker? Have you looked at your income? Have you ever looked at what you could potentially qualify
Break
for?
it down.
Break it down.
Yeah.
What can you afford, right? So I think just that mindset of oh my God, I could never afford anything really stops a lot of people, and that's I want to help them get past that limiting belief that I can't afford anything, because there's a lot of great
huge.
options out there, right? It doesn't have to be downtown Vancouver. It doesn't have to be West Side. There are some amazing options. I just tell people, if you can get into the market, I say buy real estate and wait. That's it.
I love it. That's some words of wisdom.
And talk to Paul, because he's helped a lot of our clients.
Now,
He's very, very helpful.
Financing is important, right?
Yes. But also educating people, that's important, and you do that a lot.
I think it's really important. I think our education system, unfortunately, didn't quite get us there. You were a teacher as well, so you would know that firsthand. I guess another story for another day. So many things that you've done, right? But hey, no matter what position you've been in, you have had to say no. In fact, when you called me up the other day, you're like, Paul, how do I say no to all these people that are inviting me out for lunch? like whatever it is.
Everyone that's been inviting me out, I really do want to connect with you all, but there comes a point where...
It's a time priority thing. It's not
can't.
no, it's a not now. So how do you best say no, or how have you best said no without burning a bridge?
I like that question, and I think the key here is this, like, by saying yes to this is what I always ask myself, by saying yes to this, am I saying no to my goals, right?
Interesting.
And there's a chapter in the book, Girl with a Plan, which, by the way, it's Christmas time here in Vancouver.
It is.
We can say that, right?
Except there's no snow outside,
there's no snow.
obviously.
There's no snow in Vancouver. But if you want to pick up maybe a Christmas gift, last minute Christmas gift, Girl with a Plan is available at Book Warehouse.
Now, why would I give this to someone as a gift beyond your amazing face on it? Tell us what it does to help someone crush their goals and their mindset.
I was just getting to that, because in the book we talk about, there's a chapter that talks about is it a TW or a DMA, right?
Okay.
So a TW is a time waster, and a DMA is a difference-making activity, right?
Okay, I like that.
So I'm not saying that going out for lunch or having coffee is a time waster, by all means, no. But is it a difference-making activity? In other words, is this connection, is this activity, is what I'm about to do in alignment with where I say I want to go? And if it's not, it has to be a no for now. Yeah. And I mean, I can always find time for a quick chat, right? So talktomaria.com for a quick 15-minute chat. Yeah. I can always try to squeeze that in.
There's different channels. It's
different
a balance.
Channels to communicate. It's a balance, Remember, I'm a single mom's wife. Like, my son is my number one priority.
Right,
He's
and
in grade 9.
That's your other full-time job.
Hello, Mr. Andrew, if you are listening, I love you.
Mom, Andrew. That's awesome. I think that was really well said, and I think as we go into a new decade, right, 2020, that is the scale of the next decade. It's the essentialism of how to say no, and by the way, great book. Mr. McEwen writes Essentialism. It's all about how to eloquently say no. Amazing book.
Yeah.
So let's
say no to make room for yes.
Exactly.
That's what I always say, right?
Our time stays the same.
Yeah.
Our sleep should stay the same. That's a whole other topic as well.
I love
my
sleep.
Is huge.
Big shout out to Ariana Huffington.
Of course. Ariana, we love you.
We love you,
we'll
Ariana.
See you on this show soon.
Not just because you're Greek, but just because
the Greek connection.
I love you.
I love that.
And her sister Agapi as well is an amazing individual. I've had the opportunity to speak with her on a couple of occasions, and her book is called Waking Up to the Joy of You, so if you want to check that out as well.
Beautiful.
But Ariana talks about self-care and getting 8 hours of sleep, sometimes 9, whatever it takes.
Jeff Bezos gets 8 hours. If he can get 8 hours, which is mentioned in Essentialism, we can all get 8 hours.
I do. I sleep. I go to bed very early and I'm up very early, but sleep is key, because if you're not functioning well, then nothing else can function around you.
I love it. Insights on personal finance, real estate, or mortgages. So what are some things people are overlooking, whether it's in their education or it's in their day-to-day execution of getting into finance? Again, there's different pillars: personal finance, real estate, mortgages. Like, what are people missing the mark on that obviously adds stress and lots of money lost?
I think it's education by far, and knowing what your options are. I mean, there's people that get into mortgages and the advisor that they're talking to doesn't even sometimes tell them that there's going to be a penalty for canceling.
You're not pointing at me, are you?
I'm serious. No, not you. Absolutely not you. But I've seen this with my own eyes. Yeah. In the past, it's actually scary. So I think just getting educated on your options, what the options are, and talking to someone like Paul is going to be my number one tip too. Becoming financially literate about your options for financing.
So you see a gap in education and willingness to learn. It seems like the willingness to learn of some people, they're just like, take care of it, I'll take your word for it. Or
yeah, sometimes. I think people are willing to learn. I think it's the other side that's not willing to educate as much. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's room for growth for people to go the extra mile, right?
Our mission is really to educate our clients and to help them make better informed decisions. Of
course.
That's it. That's our job.
And they make the decision.
We're the experts, right? And then it's up to them what they want to do moving forward.
I love it.
Right?
Let's talk about neighborhoods.
Let's talk about this salad. Look at
this beautiful Hawksworth. What kind of salad is it? It's
a kale salad.
A classic kale salad. That's so pretty. I wouldn't even want to F with
See,
that.
Armando?
And then the whole salad falls. Oh man,
no, it's good. Neighborhoods. Oh, you want to talk about neighborhoods?
Yeah, I want to talk about neighborhoods, like neighborhoods that you as a Vancouverite enjoy growing up in. And maybe I also want to hear the side of where neighborhoods are going in their future urban development. Because I mean, there's up and coming neighborhoods which people love to invest in for real estate or live in.
Yeah.
But like think about like neighborhoods that really have the best mix of culture and growth for someone who literally is looking for a home.
You know, when
is even opening a restaurant, let's say.
Okay. I think the Strathcona area, by the way. That's just because I have a friend that just opened up a restaurant there, VV Tapas. Hello, VV Tapas Bar. It's amazing.
I love it.
It's an up-and-coming area, a lot of new development there. Rennie did a project there, and I think that is going to be the next hot neighborhood.
Okay. Why?
But
besides this awesome restaurant.
It's cool, it's funky, it's, you know, it's a little bit edgy, and it's affordable. For now.
The best mix, right?
For now, right? But Joanna and I worked on the core team for the Olympic Village.
Amazing.
And I remember in 2010 when the Olympics left, oh my God, I can't believe it's been a decade. Anyways, people thought it was a ghost town. They kept saying to me, Maria, what is here? Nothing's going to be here. There was no London Drugs. There was no Tara Bread's Cafe. Nothing. There was nothing down there. And I said, you guys, just trust me on this. Like, I can feel that this is going to be the next community. Whoever bought there did amazing.
Great example.
Whoever didn't is kind of crying today, saying, why didn't I listen to Maria?
So what gave you that gut feeling? Because it's close to the water, the geography, the fact that it had been where the Olympics were, there's that spirit, like what are the elements you can...
All of the above, but I just think that it felt like downtown, but it wasn't that busy feeling of downtown. It felt like more of a community, and you're right on the water. I mean, it's just one of the most beautiful communities. The village has my heart.
Totally. No, I actually worked in the Olympics in that village, and I met a whole bunch of the hockey players. Yeah, it was really cool. Way back in the day. Let's shift over to willpower. I think we've,
I hate that word.
Which
actually,
we're obviously not really displaying. However, willpower in breaking through in your business, taking that leap of faith, just building thick skin. A lot of people here, in my opinion, are super spoiled. I think people, when push comes to shove, they're just like, forget about it. So take willpower wherever you want to take it, and put those glasses on so we know you're really serious. Willpower. How do you build it? How do you recommend people start building their willpower?
Let's talk about willpower really quickly, because when I hear the word willpower, for me, it implies a sort of a very forced state, which for me is not sustainable, right? So I don't like to use the word willpower. I prefer to replace it with cultivating habits that are going to serve you. Doesn't that sound better?
It's just a bit more of a mouthful, but I think the essence of it is better broken down.
Yeah.
So tell me more about that.
Because when you're trying to apply willpower, it's not something that's automatic.
Right.
And obviously it's not something that's going to come with ease and flow and grace.
Right.
When you've developed a habit, it's automatic. You're not thinking about it, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to just not talk about willpower, and I want to try to focus more on cultivating the habits that serve you.
Important distinction, I agree.
Yeah, so that's how I like to break it down. So how do you cultivate habits? How do you cultivate discipline? You just do something over and over and over and over again until it becomes automatic. That's the thing. And I think where a lot of people give up is they don't give it enough time. They don't give it enough time, and they'll try something like once or twice, and then they'll say, see, it didn't work. This thing didn't work.
So it's a bit of a self-sabotage.
Yeah,
you think people should have more accountability buddies?
Accountability buddies are awesome. I love accountability buddies.
It's like your food accountability buddy, who's obviously failing right now.
No,
maybe she was failing. I don't know.
No. We have done so good. Armando, if you are listening, we have done amazing. We did a 10-day no sugar fast, and we feel good. And we've only had a few French fries here and there, but accountability is very, very important, particularly as entrepreneurs. I think it's really, really important to have what I like to call a success partner, and that's what we have in the network, is someone that holds you accountable.
Right, there's the Ladies Who Lunch Network.
Yeah, through the Ladies Who Lunch Network. Yeah. So like someone who, you call up once a week for 20 minutes on the phone and you say, what went well today? Did you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish? And if not, what can we do better or differently? That's it. I think that's been one of the keys to my success.
And people are following that. I feel like a lot of people forget to do that. Like, how do you make that ingrained in their habits? Because I mean,
how can you forget? If you have an accountability partner, they're calling you or you're calling them. Like, you can't forget. That's the thing.
Good.
And also, I would choose an accountability partner that you admire and that you respect.
I think that's important.
That's really, really important because,
and vice versa, of course.
Absolutely, right? So, if I told you, Paul, I need you to hold me accountable to do this.
I would be honored.
And I swear, if I don't do it, I would feel embarrassed. I would be like, oh my God, I didn't do this thing that I told Paul I was going to do. And so it pushes me to do it. I think accountability is huge.
Yes. Shaming is important.
It's not shaming. It's not shaming. It's like, it's
healthy pressure.
Not wanting to let the other person down. I think is really.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful. Let's talk about, just to kind of start to wrap up, because holy crap, does time fly by.
I want to talk about the biggest thing that stops people from living their dreams. Can I talk about that?
I think that ties into willpower.
And from leveling up.
This is
that's what we're talking
with
about,
willpower and leveling up. Let's go.
There's 3 things, and I break it down to the acronym PDP. Okay. The first P is really what kills all of us, and it's procrastination.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure about you, you don't strike me as a procrastinator. He gets a lot of
only
stuff
when it's
done.
choosing things on a menu, or what dip to dip into.
So the thing is, procrastination is something that kills a lot of people. It's like, it's so easy to procrastinate. So I have 2 really good tips to not procrastinate.
Okay.
Number 1 is accountability partner. Get a success partner. Tell someone what you're going to do. Have them hold you accountable. Mm-hmm. Number 2, sometimes I just say, change your environment.
Right.
Like literally.
Physical environment.
Yeah, because as entrepreneurs, a lot of us work from home. We're in the same little space. Maybe just pick up your stuff and go to a cafe. Just change environment. And then the third thing I do is kind of like move energy around.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What does that mean?
Which honestly could just be like something as simple as clearing up your desk.
Yeah.
Clear desk, clear mind.
Yep.
So those are just some tips for procrastination. The D stands for distractions.
Okay. What do you mean distractions?
We are constantly bombarded with distractions with our
like
phone,
Instagram
our dings,
Live.
our blings. I never have any of my notifications on. You know that.
Yeah.
So.
You're too popular. That's why I haven't got that status
No.
yet.
It's not about that. It's about just really not being distracted and having those blinders on when you want to accomplish something.
Yeah.
A tip would be to time block, and I know you do that a lot as well. It's
in your calendar, you mean?
No, on your phone. Set a 20-minute timer.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
And say for the next
in the
20 minutes, I'm writing a chapter of my book.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're working on book number 2, right?
Yeah, book number 2.
All right.
And I'm not doing anything else. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not answering.
You've got to be so focused in those high creative tasks as well.
Yeah,
and maybe it's done in the morning too when there's less distractions.
Yes, I'm very creative in the morning.
You have a fresh mind.
That's why I'm up at 5 a.m. every day.
I love it.
But you can do anything for 20 minutes. So just try that. Just 20-minute blocks of time.
Yeah, and there's actually an app for that called the Pomodoro Timer. They say 25 minutes, but close enough.
Pomodoro,
That's like the ultimate attention span time. That's why TED Talks are under 20 minutes. I think that's the threshold where you start losing a bit of focus. So I love that. Great. Good tip.
Wait, and the last P.
Yes, of course. Let's not procrastinate.
It's the last P is programming. So it's all about this up here, mindset, and what our limiting beliefs are around what we can and can't do. Most of the action that we take in our lives, it's all from our subconscious mind. Yeah. So it's about programming the subconscious to help you reach your goals and dreams, and that's a whole other conversation.
Oh yeah, so
Brian Tracy does a good job of that. Bob Proctor, if you want to look up some of these guys,
So to summarize that again,
Dr. Shad Helmstetter is amazing. I love him.
You're just making my show notes homework just through the roof right now. I don't know if I can literally link all those things, but I will try.
I'll
That's
email
the challenge.
you everything.
But to summarize that again, it's PDP.
Hi Perry, how are you? I'm saying hello to everyone.
So popular.
PDP.
Okay. Talk about distractions, huh?
No, we're talking to our audience.
True, I know. You got to balance it all out.
Programming, distractions, and procrastination.
I love it. Beautiful. So there's a lot of professionals watching, specifically entrepreneurs, self-employed folks, realtors, entrepreneurs that are easily distracted. And when they're out selling themselves, their personal brand, what they do, there's probably things they're doing too much of, which they have to do less of, and things they're not doing enough of. So, all right, she's going to lead into this one. So, what do people do less or more of as a self-employed person?
I love this question.
I'm glad you do.
Just wrapping up 2019, I want to share the 3 questions that I always ask myself going into the new year. The first one is, what did I learn this year? The second one is, what do I want to do more of next year? What do I want to do less of? So what do I want to do more of? What do I want to stop doing? And number 3, what was number 3? I just had it, now I can't remember.
Those are 2 pretty good questions.
What am I committed to making happen this year? Just one thing. What am I committed to making happen this year? So getting back to your, what are people doing more of that they should stop doing?
Yeah, we're doing less of, yeah.
Okay, stop promoting yourself and start giving value to people. In other words, nobody cares about where you went to school. I mean, I care about where you went to school. Don't get me wrong.
UBC is a great school.
I went to UBC too. But the thing is, when you're doing business with people and you're trying to solve a problem for them, nobody cares about your degrees, nobody cares about your accolades, your awards. Those are all wonderful things, and yes, they may come into the conversation later.
Of course.
But the number one thing people want to know is if you care about them.
Right.
Do you care about me, Paul? Like say I'm doing a real estate transaction with you, a mortgage. I want to know that you care about where my money is going, what I'm investing in, get me the best rate. If I know that, then we're good to go. That's all people care about. They want to know if you care about them. People do business.
If you have their back.
Yes, exactly. And that you're not just trying to make a buck or whatever. That's the most important thing. And
so relationship versus transaction.
Relationships first, business later. I always say that, particularly in the network. Relationships first, business later. Oftentimes when you meet people, they're like, right away, they're trying to sell you something. Hi, I'm so-and-so, and here's my card.
Yeah.
It's like, no, but tell me about you. What do you do? What gets you up in the morning?
What
are you all about?
That's a little crazy, for sure.
So I think you do a really good job of that, and you are always constantly providing value to your audience, to your people, and I really appreciate that about you. So
I love it. Wow.
I wish people did more of that. How can I help you? That's the number one question. Ask, and then listen.
Yes.
Right? Instead of talking about yourself. Maybe I
Super
should.
important skills. Actually.
Maybe I should do that more.
No one's perfect.
I need to listen more.
No one's perfect.
Right, but I do need to listen more. Yeah.
I mean, everyone you can't
I just
be
like
perfect
to talk.
with that.
I'm sorry.
No,
and I'm trying to make it a good interview.
This is an interview about you, so that you have the full right. But I think it is a balance of both. And I think, but the main concept around relationships first, listening, showing empathy, one of the skills that is not regularly practiced unless you're very proactive about it and you're not so caught up in your world. It's a tough balance to be more empathetic. That's why I'm huge on meditation. How can you have stillness in your life, right?
Yeah.
And those are very important.
You and I are big on that.
We are.
I really
you got
like
me into Kriya meditation, which I have been doing a little bit of actually.
Kirtan Kriya.
Kirtan Kriya.
But I'm on my 40-day challenge, the second 40-day challenge of the year. So
you've got so many challenges you're conquering.
10 days to go.
I love it. And that's why I think you're an outlier. And actually to wrap up, this is a true wrap up, I got you a little gift. I got you a book.
Oh my God!
Which you may or may not have read, and we'll get that answer in a second, but why I like the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, who is of course a Canadian author, best public speaker I have ever witnessed, whether it's in Canada or in the US. And it talks all about how people have success. They popularized 10,000 hour rule, which I know you work definitely more than 10,000 hours in all the things that you're awesome at, so you're an expert, but they also talk about what form does luck and serendipity have into that. So one thing is, hard work to be successful, but then also being at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
I'm sure lots of the people in your network that you're constantly coaching need to really internalize the hard work, but also to some degree, being open to having luck and being an opportunist in the healthiest of ways. So that's why I love this book. Now, have you read it? Have you not read it?
I know Malcolm.
You know Malcolm, first name basis. Holy, okay. Well, I hope you've read it. Have you read it?
I haven't read it.
She hasn't read it. Oh my God, that's cool. Even if you had, I would say reread it or gift it to someone.
Thank you.
Wow, I'm so happy you haven't read it.
And I thought you
totally would have.
And
you're too busy running your own books.
I'm going to give you mine. Now listen. Now don't be fooled by the title "Girl with a Plan: Success Strategies for Life and Business." It's not just for girls.
Okay.
I'm a girl and I wrote it, so I'm the girl with a plan.
I got it. Okay.
But I've had many guys read the book, and it's not just for guys, right?
Beautiful.
So
wow,
this is my gift to you. If you guys want to order Girl with a Plan, book.com. But if you're in Vancouver, it's at Book Warehouse.
Yeah.
And we hope to be in chapters in the new year.
Don't give away the margin to the retailers online. Go direct to the source, yo.
It doesn't matter.
Beautiful. Thank you. Doesn't it?
No, it doesn't matter to me. Get it wherever is most convenient.
I love it. Well, you've been wonderful to chat to today, to learn about.
Is it over already?
What's that?
He's like, it's over. We have to eat.
We have to, finally eat so our cold salad doesn't get colder, right? Level uppers, that's all we have for today. Hopefully you learned some things to help level up your living and your business.
And I want to say this before we go, Paul. Sorry to interrupt, but like I just want to say, you guys, if you're like trying your hardest to get to the next level and you're not seeing the results, I want to encourage you to keep going, okay? Because the hardest part is to give up when you don't see the results. But I promise you that success could potentially just be around that next corner. So you could be 3 feet from gold, so don't give up. Keep going. That's all I want to say.
Willpower. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.